Channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. Do me a big favor, guys. Get down to that description box, click on that Instagram link. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to rebuild my Instagram page. Those of you who were following me on my last page, Richard Fain 28, I got that page up to about 90,000 followers and doing a lot of content, and Instagram just shut it off. They sent me an email one day and said, hey, we can't identify who you really are, so we're gonna shut the channel down. We're gonna shut the page down. Of course, you can't really argue with those folks. There's nobody you can talk to, so unfortunately, they shut the page down. So I had to create a new one, which is Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor. I created that new page probably, I don't know, January or February of this year. And right now, we got, almost a couple thousand people following. I'm starting to post and make some content for that Instagram page. So if you don't mind, get down to the description box, click on that Instagram link, and give me a follow on Instagram, man. We're going to be doing some lifestyle content. Obviously, we're going to be doing financial content. We're going to be doing some different stuff over there in the coming months. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to support me, rock with me, do me a big favor, get down to the description box. Click on that Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor, give me a follow, and then send me a DM and let me know you're rocking with me. Just say, Richard, I'm rocking with you, man. Gave you a follow and I'm rocking with you. And that would mean a lot to me, guys, because I'm just trying to get that platform back up and running again so that you guys got more access to me. You got more, because the DMs on Instagram, I'm telling you, man, people use those DMs to contact me and get direct conversation with me. And I answer all my DMs, all of them. I answer all my DMs, unless it's a knucklehead. If it's a knucklehead, I delete them. But normal people that are following me, normal people that are asking me questions about building wealth, I answer all those questions, guys. Anybody who follows me on Instagram right now that's legit, that follows me, they will let you know I answer all of my DMs as long as it's legitimate DMs. If a knucklehead gets in there and asks something stupid, I'm not gonna, or people coming in there trying to sell me stuff. Oh, let me do your thumbnails. Let me do your, all kind of stuff. I ain't trying to do any of that. I don't care anything about all that. I'm gonna do my own thumbnail just the way I do them, and I've been doing them for 4 years. I'm good. But if you got you follow me and it's a legitimate question about building wealth, man, I'm gonna answer every one of those DMs. And that's the easiest way and the most convenient way to get at your boy if you got a question about building wealth, or if you got a question about having a financial session with me. Through my company, RF Financial Consulting, I offer financial sessions. They're 1 hour financial sessions. They're paid sessions, but it's 1 hour. You got my attention. We focus on your financial situation and we come up with a plan that you execute, right? That 1 hour financial session, guys, over the last 4 years, I'm gonna say I probably had 750, 800 of those sessions over the last 4 years. I'm probably averaging a couple hundred per year. And that's by design, because I don't want that to become too big, because it's just me. You don't sign up for a session and then I go farm you off to somebody in some other foreign country no, you get me for an hour. So I got to limit the number of those sessions so it doesn't get overwhelming. My number one priority is the YouTube channel. But the second priority is those one-on-ones. So if you're interested in a one-on-one with me, you certainly can get down to the description box, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM, and then I'll send you more information. Or you can email me. My email address is down in the description box. Every way to contact me, guys, is down in the description box. There are no other ways. There are no other way to contact me other than what's in that description box. So anytime you want to contact me, don't go on some other social media platform. Go down to the description box of my videos. Everything's in there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything is in there. So if you want to contact me, do it that way. But those one-on-one sessions have been great. And like I said, you know, a couple hundred people a year sign up for them. And that's by design. But it's a great way for you to spend 1 hour with me and walking me through your financial situation. And then you and we come up with a game plan that you can then execute. We come up with a game plan to get you to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And then all you got to do is execute the game plan. Be disciplined, be consistent, be patient, execute the game plan. So if you're interested in that one-on-one with me, go down to the description box, but you'll see my email address. You can email me or click on the Instagram link, follow me on Instagram, let me know you're rocking with me, and then obviously ask about the financial session, and then I'll send you more information on it. Those are your two best ways to contact me. Instagram through DM and through email. Those are the two ways. Down in the description box of these videos, guys, that ain't a good way to contact me because I rock with the comment section for about 1 hour after the video has launched, and then that's it. I don't rock with it no more. So I don't look at them. So, you know, for you guys that really need to contact me, I'm telling you how to do it. Instagram through DM, email address. All that activity down there in the comment section of these videos, I don't respond to none of that. So that's the worst way to try to contact me. I've given you the two ways to do it. Follow me on Instagram and send me a DM or email me if you're interested in the 1 hour coaching session with me. Now, the website that I told you guys about is coming. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the website ready for today. We worked on it, but I could not get everything buttoned down that I needed buttoned down on the new website. But it's coming, and it'll be ready Monday. That's a guarantee. I promise you it will be live on Monday, April 15th. Promise you it will be live, and that's the first thing we'll talk about at our 10:30 a.m. Eastern time live stream. That's the first thing we're going to talk about is the website, and it'll be live. And I'm curious for you guys to get in there and check it out and poke around. Again, it's not going to be the Mac Daddy version of it. It's just going to be the version to get started. We're going to continually work on the website. When you guys give us feedback, that's what we're going to ask for you to go into the website, give feedback. There's a place in the website where you can send us an email. You can contact us. And that email address where you can contact us is going to be for the website. So if you got questions, or you can DM me on Instagram, or you can email me at the regular email address for RF Financial Consulting 28@gmail.com. You can email me there, or like I said, in the website, there will be an email address. So if you got suggestions, if there's something in there you don't see that you think would help you get to your financial freedom, give me some feedback. Let me know. Hey, Richard, I saw you got this, and this, and that's great. But think about this. This is what I need in order to get. How about doing this? And then if it's within our reach, we will certainly do it. But you got to understand the whole point of the website is so that you have 24-hour access to things that I've curated that were handpicked by me, not some back office guy who's going to contact me on YouTube and trying, not none of them guys. None of them guys ain't got nothing to do with this. Trust me. This is all 100% Richard Fan. This ain't got nothing to do with no collaboration with nobody on the back end. Somebody feed me stuff and I'm just putting it. No. Everything on that website, I curated myself. I handpicked every digital product. I handpicked, went through it, handpicked it. Because what you got to understand, guys, is I don't know everything. I don't know everything about credit repair. I don't know everything about stock market investing. I don't know everything about drip investing. I don't know everything about real estate investing. I don't know everything about mindset that I call millionaire mindset. I got one on there, guys. I got a digital product on there. It's called Millionaire Mindset. It's an ebook with a workbook. I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer if you just go through it. See, here's what we do. We don't want to go through nothing. We don't want to go through nothing. We don't want to read nothing. We don't want to spend time writing things down. We don't want to do any of that. And that's one of the reasons why we don't change our mindset. We want to take a magical pill and just go to bed and wake up in the morning and mindset change. Oh, I just want to take the magical pill. I don't want to do the hard work. Guys, we got to do the hard work. And in that I'm telling you, that Millionaire Mindset ebook with that workbook, oh my goodness, it's a game changer, but you got to do the work. See, you can't just email me and think I'm going to do the work for you. Oh, let me just email Richard and tell him my problem. He's going to fix it. Nope, that's not how it works. You got to fix it. That's it. And I'm providing you products that'll help you. So that's one of the products I just wanted to mention, that Millionaire Mindset ebook with the workbook. The workbook is what? For you to write stuff down and journal and chart your progress. And then after that, if you want to have a 1-hour session with me to talk about your progress and where you're at, that's when you do it, right? So my thing is with this website, it is products that you got to go through and do yourself. It's not me giving you the magic pill. Okay, I'm gonna go to the website and Richard has all these little magical pills that I can just grab a pill, throw it down my throat, drink a little water, go to bed at night, wake up the next morning and I'm rich. Nope, that's not what it is. I'm not on there promising you nothing. I'm not on there telling you go get rich overnight. These are all self-based, self-study digital products for you. Now, if you want to use them, use them. If you don't, don't. Pretty simple, right? You can use them or you don't have to use them. That's on you. My recommendation is get your butt on that website on Monday when it goes live and take a look at it. And if you got suggestions, guys, feel free to. But I'm not going to take no suggestions in consideration where you think I'm going to do the work for you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the research for you. Oh, can you please put the top 15 stocks that pay the highest dividends? I want to see that on the web. Nope, that's not what I do. You can go research that yourself. Go to the $1 trillion research lab. There you go. You go to the $1 trillion research lab and you can go type in, give me the top 15 paying dividend stocks. That's not something I'm going to put on my website. You can go right to Google and do that. You don't need me for that. You don't need me for that. So stuff that you don't need me for, guys, I'm not going to waste my time putting that on there. The stuff that I'm putting on there is for people that are serious about taking information, which is a self-study. That means you do the studying. It's self-study material. You get it? It walks you through what you need to do, and then you have to act on that. Not me holding your hand, not somebody else holding your hand, you holding your hand. That's how you learn, guys. That's how you change behaviors, guys, is when you do something. You can't change behaviors if you don't do anything. If you just take a magical pill, you ain't changing no behaviors. Instead of and I got another one on there, credit repair. I mean, it's a full thing that walks you through what you need to do. But if you don't want to do that, you want to go pay some guy $1,000 to get you a trade line. Are you really changing behaviors? Not really. You're taking a shortcut. You're paying some guy $1,000 to go out and do something probably as illegal. And then they go, piggyback you on somebody else's credit, which I don't think is, could be a little bit illegal in my opinion, but that's shortcuts. Instead of you just sitting down, going through the ebook and figuring out how to really change your behavior and get your credit back up, and then you keep it up because you've changed the behavior. But if you don't change no behavior and you go take a shortcut, guess what in 2 years is going to happen? your credit score gonna be right back down again because you ain't changed no behaviors, right? You gotta change some behaviors. So don't think about the website as a magic pill website. It's not. It's a website full of content and information that's self-study. Because that's what I believe in. I believe we learn when we do. I don't think we learn anything when we take a magical pill and find a shortcut. We don't learn nothing. Guess what we do though? Everything in life becomes, let me find a shortcut. Well, let me find a shortcut. I don't want to take 2 hours out of my precious day. I don't want to take 2 hours out of my day watching TV. I don't want to take 2 hours out of my day. That's 2 hours less I can scroll through my phone and look at somebody else's lifestyle. I don't want to do, no, I need them 2 hours so I can go look at my favorite rapper, my favorite entertainer, my favorite athlete's lifestyle and just envy them and give them hearts and while my lifestyle is crappy. It's on you. Well, all right, let's move on. That's an update on the website. It's coming out Monday, so be ready for it. It's coming out Monday. It's going to go live Monday, so be ready for that. Like I said, get down in the description box. You can email me or DM me if you want the 1 hour financial session with Richard Fain. And again, it's paid. If you don't agree with the fee, guess what? You ain't have to pay it. You keep doing what you're doing. I know my value and I ain't gonna change what I think I'm worth. So I get people, oh yeah, can you discount it? Nope. I'm not gonna discount my time. You can go find somebody else can discount it. Well, can I do 15 minutes instead of the hour? Nope. It's 1 hour. You wanna stay on there for 15 minutes? That's on you. It's an investment in you, not me. So there you go. Now let's move into Mumu. Let's do Mumu first. You all know we got to get Mumu in there. Yep, ain't no surprise. It's on here. Yep, if you want Magnificent 7, free fractional shares of the Magnificent 7, Mumu is going to give you 7 of them. Free. When you open your Mumu brokerage account and put $100 in there, they're going to give you fractional shares of the Magnificent 7. Apple, Microsoft, right? Meta, Amazon, Alphabet, Nvidia, and Tesla. Those are your Magnificent 7 stocks. 7 of the top 15 companies in the world. Matter of fact, the first 3 most valued companies in the world, you're going to get fractional shares of, potentially through Mumu, right? That'd be Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia. Those are the 3 most valued companies in the world. Mumu is going to give you fractional shares. Matter of fact, they're going to give you 7 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7 when you put $100 in your new brokerage account. Now, that link is the first link down in the description box of this video. So if you're trying to build wealth and you're here to build wealth, I would say that's a way to build wealth. Because here's what I would do if I'm you. If I'm brand new and I'm on the fence on this paper assets thing and I don't know a lot, but I'm trusting some guy on YouTube to kind of steer me in the right direction. Ultimately, it's my decision, but I'm listening to the guy. If I'm you, this is what I do. I say, well, okay, let me really quick go look up the Magnificent 7 on the $1 trillion research lab. I'm just going to type in Magnificent 7 in the $1 trillion research lab. Let me make sure that this guy is telling me that these 7 companies are the top or in the top 15 most valued companies in the world, not in the United States, the globe, the world, the whole world. Let me vet this guy and make sure he's legit. Okay, you go do that. You're gonna find out they are, right? Now you're gonna say, well, okay, the guy told the truth. Let me go in here and sign up for Mumu. Let me see what they talking about. Let me click on this link and let me see what they talking about. When you click on the link, it's gonna tell you right there, 7 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7 when you put $100 in your account. Okay, that's legit. Let's do that. Let me go ahead and open my account. Let me throw $100 in there. Let me see if I get my Magnificent 7. Okay, they gave me my Magnificent 7. Now what do I do? What do I do now? What do I do with this $100? Well, I would take the $100 if it's me. I would take the $100 and start buying fractional shares of that Magnificent 7. See, I know on the Mumu app, you can do $5 fractional shares. Now, you got to have money in the account. You can't have, you got to have at least $100 in the account to get access to the fractional share trading. To get access to fractional share trading, you got to have money in the account, guys. They're not going to let you do fractional shares if you got 5 pennies in your account. You got to put money in there. But what I would do is once I get my fractional shares, I put more money in there and I start buying those 7 companies. Why? Because they're the top 15 companies in the world. Matter of fact, if I just want to concentrate on the top 3 companies in the world, let's just say I said to myself, I got my fractional shares of the Magnificent 7, but you know something? I'm not going to buy all of the Magnificent 7. I'm going to buy the top 3. Then you got Microsoft, you got Nvidia, and you got Apple. Those are the 3 top valued companies in the world. I don't care if you talk about the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, all these, doesn't matter. They're the top 3. None of them don't beat these companies. Matter of fact, those 3 companies right there, they have, their value is more than every company in the UK put together. 3 companies here in the United States have more value, market cap value, than every company in the entirety of the UK. Every company in the entirety of Saudi Arabia. Just those 3 companies. That's what I would be buying. So I take my money every single month when I put it in there, and that's what I'd be tracking. Now, to diversify myself a little bit, I'm gonna throw in an ETF, an S&P 500 ETF, right? And guess what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep buying. Whether I buy fractional shares or whole shares, the goal is every month, if I'm a new guy, the goal is okay, Richard, you're a new guy at this. What are you trying to accomplish, Richard? Well, here's what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to have $1 million in 10 years. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm bold. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to get out here and hustle, side hustles, primary income, second. I'm willing to do all the work. In 10 years, I want to have a milski. What do I need to do to get $1 million in 10 years? Okay, Richard, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. You need to put an X amount of dollars every single month and get at least an 8% rate of return. If you do that, you got $1 million. Period. That's it. There is nothing else to it. That's it. 10 years, if I want $1 million, I know what I got to do. I asked for the $1 million. No, I don't want said I want $1 million. So what do I got to do every year? Every year, I got to bust my butt and put at least 8,000. No, 7,000. Matter of fact, 6,000. 6,000. I need to put about $6,000 a month in my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow funds. I need to do $6,000 a month. I do that for the next 10 years at an 8% rate of return. I got almost $1.1 million in my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Oh, well, $6,000 a month? Where are you going to get that from? On top of all the other living expenses, I'm going to go out and hustle. I'm going to share a story with y'all about a 26-year-old guy, 26 years old, started an Etsy store. The guy's making over $450,000 per year off of an Etsy store. Regular schmegular, wasn't born into money, wasn't some wealthy guy. No, regular schmegular. Make a minimum wage, regular schmegular guy. Now he's making $460,000 a year. Don't tell me it can't be done, guys. It can, but see what we do, we defeat ourselves before we can even get started. We just defeat ourselves. Oh, golly, $6. I don't even make that now. So who says you can't make it? You can. But see, that's what I would do. I take that 6,000, boom. How did I get it? Increase my skill set, create side hustles, whatever it takes. Eat pork and beans every night if I got to. Eat pork and beans every night if I got to. That's right. That's right. Won't go nowhere nowhere. No vacations, no nothing. See, that's when you dialed in and you're really trying to get somewhere. But all this lukewarm stuff, I don't know if I want to pay that price. Then you ain't gonna get no, you're not gonna get the pot of gold in the rainbow. Pay the price or don't get it. That's up to you, not me. That's up to you. I'm just telling you what I would do with that Mumu app. So get down to the description box and click on the Mumu link. Open up your Mumu account, right? Go get that Magnificent 7 free stock, fractional shares, and then do exactly what I just told you. Once you get it, buy the big 3. You can do all 7 Magnificent 7 or just buy the big 3. I already told you what the big 3 is. Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple. That's the big 3. You can do the Magnificent 7 in totality, fractional shares. Oh, golly, Nvidia is $900 a share. Who cares? I'm going to share with you in a minute. It's going to $1,100 here. At least one of the major investment banks have given it a price target of $1,100. It's 8 something today. They got a price target on this thing of over $1,100. And I believe it. So I don't care what its price is. It's going higher. Have you been following the video? It's going higher. So you should be fractional shares. I don't care if it costs $900. If I got $15, I can buy a fractional share of it. If I got $25, if I got $100, I can get me a fractional share, become a shareholder of one of the largest companies in the world. I can become a shareholder of the largest company in the world, which is Microsoft. I can become a shareholder with $5. I can become a shareholder. $5. Now I'm a shareholder. I don't know what y'all waiting on, man. I don't know what you're waiting on, but I'm gonna tell you, keep waiting, keep passing it by. Keep letting it pass you by. Well, all right, let's dive into this content. We're gonna talk about JP Morgan Chase. That's our first story we're gonna talk about. JP Morgan Chase, if you guys don't know who that is, they are America's largest bank. They're the number 1 bank in the United States. They're the number 5 bank in the world. JP Morgan Chase. They are concerned. The CEO, Jamie Dimon, is concerned. He's concerned. He's concerned about the state of our economy. He's concerned about his bank because they missed on some of their goals, their financial goals for the first quarter of 2024. Now, they're still the largest bank in America, but they missed on a few things. And he had something to say, and I think it's important that we understand what he's talking about. Again, guys, we're talking about a guy that's well-heeled. We're talking about the CEO of the largest bank in America, 5th largest bank in the world, billionaire. Might want to pay attention. Now, I'm not saying the guy's right, but I'm telling you, he helps you to understand how these people think and operate. It helps you become a better investor. It helps you build your wealth. So pay attention. Jamie Dimon, the chief executive of JP Morgan Chase, on Friday warned of an unsettling global landscape, highlighting a cascade of pressures, including war, rising geopolitical tensions, and inflation that threaten economic and could weigh on the performance of the nation's largest bank. So there's some headwinds that he believes is happening, not only that are going to affect the U.S. economy, but the largest bank in America. Listen up, guys. You're talking about the largest bank of America is talking about this. I'm telling you, if Chase tumbles, our whole financial system tumbles. You're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar bank when it comes to assets. Multi-trillion, couple trillion. It's not a little bitty community bank on the corner in your little hometown. This is a big boy heavyweight global. And the CEO is telling you, wake up, America, pay attention. There's some stuff going on you better prepare for. Mr. Dimon's remarks made concurrently with his bank's quarterly earnings report, which showed weakness in some parts of the business. So some weaknesses, when that first quarter report came out, there were some weaknesses. that were identified. What you mean weaknesses? I mean, we're in a high interest rate environment, and banks should be making money hand over fist. Well, they making money, but there are some weaknesses. So let's figure out what these weaknesses are, which show weakness in some parts of the business and add to his litany of concerns about the U.S. economy as the Federal Reserve grapples with when or whether to lower interest rates, particularly in light of this week's hotter than expected inflation report, which we covered in depth. Hotter than expected inflation report. We covered that. For those of you who don't understand what we covered, go back and check out some of the videos from early in the week, specifically on Wednesday. On a call with reporters on Friday, Mr. Diamond underlined his angst, describing heady financial markets as too happy. So the financial markets are really, really happy. Here's the deal. You got high interest rates, but you still have an economy that's booming. Those two things don't go together, guys. That's basically what he's saying. Those two things don't go together. Those two things should not go together. Not long term, they won't go together. Not super high interest rates, but despite that, you got a booming economy. Those two things don't go together. That's what he means by too happy. It's just too good to be true. Normally when something's too good to be true, y'all know what comes next, right? It probably ain't true. If it's too good to be true, it probably ain't true. And I know a lot of y'all thinking, well, this guy's an investor. He has 75% of his net worth in the stock market. You would think he'd be panicking right now. He's 56 years old. Why isn't he not panicking? Shouldn't he be selling everything? Shouldn't he be pulling it all out? That's one way you can think of it, but I don't have to panic. See, because I done been through this. See, you guys gotta understand, this ain't my first rodeo. I'm an old vet. This ain't my first rodeo. I done been through a lot of these cycles, man, in the last 25 years. And see, one thing I learned about these cycles, you build wealth anyways. If you know what you're doing, you build wealth anyways. You don't panic. I don't panic. I got a 10-year window. I don't panic. See, as your boy Warren Buffett would say, when people are greedy, you should be afraid. When people are afraid, that's when you should be greedy. See, that's how I invest. But I'm in the market 365 days a year. I don't care what these people say. I know something that's fundamental to building wealth. Just follow the 1%. That's all you gotta do. Follow the 1%. When Jeff Bezos sells all of his Amazon stock, then I'm gonna open both eyes. When Warren Buffett liquidates all of Berkshire Hathaway, I'm talking about liquidate everything, then I'm gonna open both eyes, right? When this guy right here, Jamie Dimon, sells all of his JP Morgan Chase stock, every last bit of it, then I'm gonna open both eyes. See, I'm not gonna buy this propaganda crap. No, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. He said he couldn't predict whether the economy would enter a recession, but that the chance of bad outcomes is higher than people think. Back to what I just told you. Super high interest rates, but your economy still keeps delivering. How in the hell can that happen? How can you have super high interest rates, but your economy continues to deliver? At what point does that tightness in interest rates catch up to you? That's what he's basically saying. At what point does something break? And are you going to be prepared if it breaks? I'm not saying it will, but if it does, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Prepare for the worst. Expect the best. Right? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Mr. Diamond is the most prominent bank leader, and his pronouncements are closely followed on Wall Street and in Washington. He was the only head of a major American lender to attend this week's White House state dinner for Japan's prime minister. This guy is well connected. Well connected. The rest of your bank CEOs ain't well connected like this guy. This guy's a heavy hitter, right? He's a heavy hitter. And when he says something, not only does Wall Street listen, but the White House listens. Everybody don't get that. Everybody don't get a seat at that table. This guy does. His gloom, however, has also been consistently at odds with strong financial markets. So this guy's been preaching this for a minute now, but yet and still, market's still resilient. All-time highs in the S&P, all-time highs in the Dow, all-time highs in the NASDAQ. Magnificent 17% first quarter ROI. So is the guy crazy? Or what the hell's going on with him, right? The market is laughing at him, right? In late 2022, for instance, he predicted economic bumps and potentially a severe recession for the next year. Instead, the American economy boomed in 23. So in 22, he came out and said, hey, this is just the beginning. This rundown in the stock market is just the beginning. 23 going to be worse. Got that wrong. The economy said, no, Mr. Diamond, no, we know you're a 1%er and you're a heavyweight, but they reversed it on it. Investors got wind that the Fed was done jacking rates. And when investors got wind of the Fed not jacking rates anymore, which they stopped jacking rates in July of 23, that set things up for a perfect storm. Perfect storm. Because what happened in that last quarter of 2023, investors started getting what? Enthusiasm. The enthusiasm started picking up. The FOMO started picking up. And by the last 2 months of 23, the stock market went on a tear. It went on a tear. Why? Because of optimism and the expectation that the Fed would be reducing rates. And everybody didn't want to miss out. Nobody wanted to miss out. Fear of missing out, that FOMO, right? So he missed that prediction. JP Morgan's financial performance was affected by more ordinary issues. The bank reported more than $13 billion of profit. Come on, guys. These guys did $13 billion in profit. Do you know how much money that is? Do you know how much money that is? $13 billion in profit. That's a lot. And again, by the way, just an FYI, I think these guys are number 9 or number 10 on the 15 top value companies in the world. JP Morgan Chase is on that list. I think they're either 9 or 10. They're ahead of Tesla though. But that's the only one. All the other Magnificent Seven ahead of them. The top 6 are in the top 7 companies in the world. There's only one company that's number 4, which is out of Saudi Arabia, an oil company. They're number 4. But the top 7 companies in the world, 6 of them are the Magnificent Seven. The only company in the top 7 is, like I said, an oil company out of Saudi Arabia. That's it. Everybody else, all Magnificent Seven. Tesla comes in 15. JP Morgan Chase comes in around 9 or 10. So they're heavyweights, guys. You're talking about a top 10 company in the world. Heavyweights. So the guy in his bank, they made $13 billion in profit in the first quarter. Not the whole year, the first 90 days. Let that sink in. And it'll tell you what kind of bank you're dealing with here. And nearly $42 billion in revenue. So top line revenue was $42 billion in the first quarter. And they brought they bought $13 billion. They bought $13 billion to the bottom line. So 42 top line, 13 bottom line. Come on, man. Find me another company out there that does that other than the Magnificent Seven. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough to find that, guys. Tough to find that. Both better than expected. So they beat the market expectations on revenue, top line, and they beat the market expectation on profit, bottom line. They beat both of those expectations for the market. That's why you didn't see no crater or tank in their stock price. Big boy, heavyweight, too big to fail, billionaire CEO. The guy done been around since the dinosaurs. Come on, man. Y'all better talk to me on this. Talk to me. Talk to me. But here's where the problems came in. Here's where the problems came in, though, guys, which is a little bit questionable. Here's where the problems came in. But its average customer deposits fell. See, all this stuff works because of deposits. But their average customer deposits fell instead of increase. That's something that you want to put an X on, right? You want to make note of that. You want to make note of that. And it warned of higher expenses in the future. So not only are customer deposits falling, but now they're telling you, hey, market, be ready. We're going to have some higher expenses than normal in the future. What that is, maybe they'll tell us. Let's keep reading. JP Morgan also disclosed a fall in its so-called net interest income, a closely watched financial metric that essentially measures how much money it is able to make from lending. Why is that a problem in this environment, guys? Somebody in the chat tells me, why is that a problem for JP Morgan Chase if their net interest income is falling? Why is that a problem? That's a problem because we're in a high rate environment right now, guys. Your net interest margin should be better. Your net interest income should be better because rates are higher. What do banks do? They take your deposits, and what do they do with them? They go make a loan to somebody with them, and they charge them an interest rate. The higher the interest rate, the lower they're paying you on the deposit, the more money they should make. But if their net income, your net interest income is falling, that's not a good thing when you're in a higher interest rate environment. In my opinion, and they may speak to this, but in my opinion, the only way that happens is either your existing loan portfolio is going sideways on you and you're starting to get delinquencies, you're starting to get defaults, your loan portfolio is starting to go sideways, so you're losing income because people are not paying you their loan payment, or you're just not making enough loans. Maybe you got all these deposits, but you're not utilizing them, right? So, and again, I'm no expert here, but I don't understand how you can be in a high interest rate environment, but your interest income from loans is falling. That's a red flag. You gotta put an arrow in that one and watch it, right? You got to watch that one. Wells Fargo, the nation's third largest bank, on Friday separately reported earnings that also included a drop in that measure. So now you got two of the four horsemen. You got two of the four horsemen are saying they're having a fall in interest, net interest income. You know what that makes me think of? Maybe a loan portfolio is starting to go sideways. Maybe more Americans are starting to not be able to pay their loan payments. That's what I think it is. I think you're looking at a portfolio for two of the four largest banks in America, two of the four horsemen. You're looking at loan portfolios that could be experiencing delinquency, could be experiencing defaults. And when you get to that point in a loan portfolio, you collect no interest because no one's paying you. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but y'all tell me why. I'm sure I got some PhD subscribers on here in economics or in banking. Tell me, I don't know. That's my guess. But you got Wells Fargo, the nation's third largest bank, on Friday separately reported earnings that also included a drop in that measure. Shares of both banks were lower in early trading before the market opened Friday. Because the market don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Because that's a problem. Many economists predict that this year would bring a so-called soft landing, or a gentle easing in growth and inflation that would allow the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates in an orderly fashion. Now, with little indication of any slowdown, it is unclear whether the central bank will make the 3 interest rate cuts that officials said or had predicted for the year. Mr. Diamond has been among the few to say they are preparing for the possibility that interest rates will be raised again. Remember I said that yesterday. That was part of my thing yesterday, and I know I had a lot of little beef for that. Oh, no, what are you talking about? There's no way they're going to do that. They wouldn't do that. Okay. Prepare for the worst. Expect the best. I keep telling y'all that. Mr. Diamond's Let's see here. Mr. Diamond has been among the few that are preparing for a possibility that interest rates will be raised again, a move that would suggest more extreme inflation than is currently being measured. Mr. Diamond made more extended remarks on the tricky environment in his annual letter to shareholders this week. He laminated, as he had before, that the United States engaged in deficit spending and ticked off a list of complaints about where public and private leaders have fallen short. That's it. That's your big boy, big time, top 10 company in the world, top 5 bank in the world, #1 bank in the United States. That's a little snapshot of what their CEO believes could be potentially coming. They're even starting to experience some net interest income decline. And again, you're in a high interest rate environment. How could that be? #1, when you're in a high interest rate environment like this, guys, less people borrow money. So that could be one reason. See, even though banks make a ton of money when rates are this high, if fewer people are borrowing the money and don't need the money, they won't borrow the money. You can't make no money as a bank. So that's it. Either people are just not borrowing money because interest rates are too high, so that's affecting their business. 2, their existing loan portfolio could be going sideways. You could have delinquencies increasing, defaults increasing, which does what to your net interest income? Shrinks it, because people ain't paying you. So either people ain't borrowing money or people ain't paying you the money that they've already borrowed. Those are the only two things that could be happening. They didn't disclose all of that, but keep an eye out on that, guys. Keep an eye out on that, because I think that's important for us to understand how these big boy banks are moving. It's important for us to understand how these big boy banks are moving. Let's talk about Nvidia. One of the big Wall Street firms have came out and said that they're going to have a target price on Nvidia at $1,100. Again, Magnificent 7. If you want a fractional share or potentially get a fractional share of Nvidia, and along with another 6 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7, get down to the description box, click on that Mumu link, and get you some free stock when you put $100 in there. Magnificent 7 fractional shares. Nvidia could be one of the companies you get. Let's talk about them. Here's the headline. Raymond James just raised its target price on Nvidia stock. Yep. Raymond James, big boy Wall Street firm. Nvidia stock is on the move Thursday after the graphics card company shares got an increased price target from Raymond James. You know something, I looked at them yesterday and I saw they had a bump. I'm like, dude, shoot, they started the day in the 8s, ended the day in, I believe, in the 9s. I'm thinking, whoa, okay, what happened there? That's what happened. Raymond James increases its price target. This saw the firm's analysts increase their price target for Nvidia stock from $8.50 a share to $1,100 per share. That's a potential upside of 26.4% compared to its prior closing price. See, I keep telling y'all guys, you got to figure out industries that are moving quickly and growing. We know tech is doing that because of the AI boom. And in the sector, or I won't say sector, but in the niche where Nvidia is, they control 85 to 90% of the market share in their niche. Heavyweight, big boy, third most valued company in the world with about 2.2 trillion in market cap. And they're just beginning. They're a baby. They went from 5 trillion in revenue in 2016 to 60 trillion. I'm sorry, 5 billion in revenue to 60 billion. I'm like, oh my God, they'd be on the moon already if that was it. Got that one wrong. Let me backpedal that one and correct that. They did 5 billion in revenue in 2016. And in 2024, they're expected to end that year with 60 billion, right? So 12x. So they 12x'd. They 12x'd. Let's keep reading. Let's see what Raymond James has to say here. It's also above the analyst consensus price prediction of $926.30. So they're saying when you look at all the analysts across the board, they're predicting $926 per share. These guys have went a step further and said, no, at Raymond James, they're saying, no, our price target is $1,100. So all I'm telling you guys is you're asking, where's the upside coming from? That's where the upside's coming from. These guys are, 80, 85, 90% market share in their niche. In this AI boom, this AI boom is thought to be a $305 billion revenue generator over the next 6 years. From 2024 to 2030, the AI revenue of the tech world is predicted to generate 305 billion. And guess who's right in the middle of that? Controlling most of the market share? Nvidia. So would it be safe, at least for me as my own self-directed investor, I'm not some CPA, I'm not a CFP, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm none of that stuff. But I do know how to do basic math. I do know how to do basic math, right? I'm not a scholar. I'm not going to win any prizes. I'm not going to get any ribbons. I'm not going to get no first place trophies in math. I'm going to get a participation ribbon. That's what I would get. I get a participation ribbon. I'm not going to be at the top of the class. I'm not going to be at the top of the class. But despite all of that, even with my participation ribbon, it don't take a lot to be able to do the math on this. If the niche is going to be $305 billion niche over the next 6 years, these guys control or have market share of 85 to 90% of that niche. Even with my participation certificate, I can do the math on that one. Will they be worth more in 10 years than they are today? So some people believe, I don't know if they're right or wrong, but some people believe they can 12x again over the next 8 years. What's 12x on 60 billion? Somebody do math on that for me. What's 12x on 60 billion? What's 12x on 60 billion? I can go let me pull up my calculator. Y'all a little too slow today. We ain't got many of y'all in the chat. A little slow. Let me pull up my own calculator. 60 billion times 12. Ooh, Lord Jesus. That's 720 billion in revenue over the next 8 years. Almost $1 trillion. Guys. And again, I'm not your financial advisor, and I'm not trying to tell you what to buy. I'm just telling you, put this thing on the short list and go think about it. Because these people already 12x'd one time. In 8 years, they 12x'd. They're predicting these people to 12x again over the next 8 years. You already know there's a $305 billion niche, and they're controlling about 85 to 90% market share in that niche. I don't know. Like I said, I'm only at the level of participation certificate in math. I'm not your Harvard educated MIT Wharton Business School. I'm not one of those people. I'm just a regular schmegler, but I can do the math. Investors will note that Raymond James maintained its strong buy rating for Nvidia stock alongside that price target increase. For the record, the analyst consensus rating for Nvidia is a moderate buy based on 41 opinions. So everybody ain't sold on it. Everybody ain't saying it's going to be a home run, guys. Everybody not saying that. I'm just telling you, when you're the third most valuable company in the world, when you 12x your revenue in 8 years, when you have a $2.2 trillion market cap, when you control about 80 to 90% of the market share in your niche, I don't know. For me, I think it's worth putting on the short list. What's behind the bull stance on Nvidia stock? What's behind that? Why are they so bullish on Nvidia? And bullish just basically means they're high on Nvidia. They're really encouraged. They're high on Nvidia, right? Why? Why are they so bullish? Here's what the Raymond James analyst had to say about Nvidia in a note to clients. So they ain't just right here telling their clients. This is Raymond James, guys. This is a big boy. This is a blue chip. This is a Wall Street firm, right? A lot of money under management, right? We believe concerns regarding a potential pause in customer spending ahead of Blackwell ramps are unwarranted, and interference demands continue to outpace GPU supply. We expect H200 to be a key near-term driver, followed by B100, B200 ramps in 2H24. Our recent conversations in Asia point to a significant mix shift in favor of GB200 NVL systems, which positions Nvidia to capture additional share of data center CapEx. Nvidia stock is up 1.9% as of Thursday morning. Investors will find more of the most recent stock market stories ready to go down below. Okay, that's it. Now, all that I just read, y'all, I have no idea what they mean. I ain't gonna even lie to you. All that, I don't know what all that means, but it sounds good. And everything else looks good. So I'm gonna keep buying. That's where I'm at on the video. I just thought I'd give y'all a little update. I have no idea what they just said. But if you want to figure it out, go to the $1 trillion research lab and stick in all that stuff, and it'll tell you what it means. I don't know what it means, but I do know this. Like I said, with my basic math education, and I'm talking about super basic. I'm talking about participation certificate basic math. I own 80 to 90% of the market share in the niche that they're saying going to produce $305 billion in revenue. I've already 12x'd in 8 years. I'm already 2.2 trillion If I go any higher, I'm going to take over Microsoft's spot. Microsoft is ain't but what 1 trillion larger than me right now. And they done been around for 1 billion years. I'm going to take them over. 60 billion in revenue is just almost a nothing burger. When you're talking about the big boys, you go look at Apple's revenue. You go look at Microsoft's revenue. That's revenue. You look at that company in Saudi Arabia who's number 4 on the list. They ain't messing around with revenue. They in like 480 billion in revenue. That company in Saudi Arabia got 480 billion in revenue. So these guys are baby, infant stage guys. This is why I try to tell y'all, when you look at the revenue and you look at the market cap and you look at where they're positioned in their niche, if you believe in AI and you believe in what these people at Raymond James just said, these next 8 years, this thing could go, just think guys, if this thing, these people are saying they can this is what they're saying at Nvidia. Nvidia is saying they can capture 1 trillion in revenue. 1 trillion in revenue. If they get to 1 trillion in revenue, guys, that makes them twice the size of this Saudi Arabian oil company. That makes them almost twice the size from a revenue standpoint than Walmart. Walmart did over almost $600 billion in revenue, guys. And they don't even have the market share that these guys got. I'm just telling you, what 60 billion, they got a lot of room, guys. Listen, man, if Nvidia just gets to 200 billion in revenue, you know what that does to the stock price? Okay, I'm gonna move on. I'm just telling you, put it on the short list, think about it. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go buy it. But what I am telling you is you get down to that description box and you click on that Mumu link, you got a really good chance of getting a fractional share of Nvidia in your in your 7 free fractional shares of Magnificent 7. Get down that description box. Click on that Mumu link. What are you waiting on? You want to build wealth, right? You want to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you some tips. I'm trying to give you some financial breadcrumbs. I just spent 20 minutes on giving you financial breadcrumbs. Well, I don't know. I don't know about the video. I don't know. Okay. Again, financial breadcrumbs. You can follow them to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or you don't have to follow them. That is on you. My job is to provide you with information. That's my job. That's my only job here, is to provide you with financial information. Now let's talk about this 26-year-old kid. I call him a kid because he's 26. I'm 56, right? Old enough to be his pops, but I'm not his pops. Let's get that straight. Not his pops. I'm old enough to be his pops, but I'm not. All right? All right. Now that I got that cleared up. Headline. Check this out for all y'all out there. Oh, I can't do this. It's too hard. I can't do this. 26-year-old outperforming you. Regular smuggler guy. Just decided he was going to do it. 26 years old, guys. There ain't no excuse for you. I keep telling y'all, Etsy. None of y'all want to listen. Well, I ain't gonna say none of y'all. Some of y'all have listened. But let me just give you guys this guy's story here. 26-year-old works 20 minutes a day. Some of y'all out there working 20 hours a day. This dude worked 20 minutes a day, guys. And I don't believe that. That's a lie. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Well, guys, let me tell you something. And then we're going to get to my man's story here. Just to let y'all know why I believe the guy, let me give you a little FYI here. How many hours a day do you think I work? How many hours a day do you think I work? Somebody just tell me that in the chat. How many hours a day do you think I work? And then, secondly, how much money do you think I make a year? How many hours a day do I work, and how much per year do you believe I make? Just saying. I wouldn't be reading y'all this story if I didn't believe it. Trust me. I'm in this space. Now, I'm not in the Etsy space, but I'm in the space of maximizing a little bit of time. I mean, minimizing the time, minimizing my time spent on something, but maximizing my profits. So I'm in that space, just like this guy. Little bit of time, big profits. I'm in that space. I'm in the space of a little bit of time, big profits. One thing I can tell you, I make more money than this guy. So if I see you guys on the chat right there putting your little comments in. No, I make more than that. A lot more. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I make a lot more than this. But my point is, he's in the same space I'm in. Minimal time, big profits. Little bit of time spent setting something up, and then big profits as long as you want to do it. Wait, more. Okay, so let's move on. I just wanted to FYI, I'm in the same business as him. That's why I believe him. I'm in a little bit of time delivered, but big old gigantic profits. Because of what? I'm solving a problem people have. I got the solution to solve the problem. He's solving a problem people have. He has a solution. He's found a way to solve problems when he's not working. I figured out a way to solve problems when I'm not working. I don't have to spend 8 hours a day. I can spend 1 hour a day. I can do a 1.5 hour live stream and maximize that 1.5 live stream and turn it into whatever I want to turn it into. Just saying. So that's why I believe this guy. So let's read on. 26-year-old works 20 minutes a day, brings in $462,000 a year. Do I believe it? Yes. Why? Because I'm in the same business he in. Minimizing time, maximizing profits. I'm in that business. Figuring out a way to give a little bit of time, but get a whole bunch of return. Finding out how to add value and get a whole bunch of return. Finding out how to set up a system that pays me residual. Set up a system that pays me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year without me doing anything. I'm in that game. So I believe this guy when he says this, because that's the same game I'm in. We sell different products, we do different things, but we're in the same game. We're in the same game of adding value, and that value blossoms into a huge return, and it's residual. It keeps coming, right? We're in that same business. I'm doing less and making more. That's perfect. He hit the nail right on the head. I do less, but I make more. See, when I was in banking for 25 years, I did more to make more. In this business, I can do less and make more. He in the same business I'm in. Do less, make more. That's the business you want to be in. You want to take your skill set or whatever you're good at and get in the business of doing less, but making more. Right now, you're in the business of doing more to make more. You can't sustain that business because at some point, you're not going to be able to do more. Right? So transition yourself into a business where you do less and make more. That's the goal. I want to transition myself into a business where I do less, but I make more. Everybody can follow me on that? Do less, make more. That's the transition we need to be developing into, guys, right? This 26-year-old has figured that out. How to do less, make more. Here we go. Francisco Rivera doesn't even like candles. I already know where it's going, right? I already know where it's going, and I may try to find this guy and send him a happy face. I may try to find this guy on social media and send him a happy face because I got to send this guy a happy face. I got to find him on social media and send him a happy face. My goodness. Francisco Rivera doesn't even like candles, but he brings in 6 figures per year selling them on Etsy. Come on, man. See what I'm trying to tell y'all, guys? I mean, do you understand what I've been trying to tell y'all for years, some of y'all? This man on Etsy selling candles, and he don't even light candles. This man probably don't even got no candles in his house. But he on Etsy doing $450,000 a year. Okay. All right. He doing something on Etsy, but they said something about he don't even light candles, but he brings in 6 figures per year selling them on Etsy. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. In February 2023, Rivera was living in Orlando, Florida, and working part-time for an online tutoring company. One year ago, guys, I'm telling you, I keep telling y'all, there is a world out there that is so waiting for you to come get your piece of the pot of gold. And a lot of y'all just refuse to get out of your own way and get out there and get it. This man started in February of 2023. This man was working for an online tutoring company, part-time, not even full-time. What need full-time? Part-time. Not a Harvard-educated graduate, doesn't have a PhD, doesn't have a master's, didn't have a major and a minor. Okay, let's keep going. Demand dropped when after-school activities resumed post-pandemic, so he started looking for more income elsewhere. Demand dropped when schools opened back up. People, I can go back, I can go to school. I can go to, Demand dropped. He found a YouTube video about print-on-demand side hustles. Found a YouTube video on print-on-demand side hustles, where sellers create designs for products like t-shirts or mugs. They list their designs on marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon. And when a customer places an order, a manufacturer prints the design onto the product and ships it out. Ooh, Lord, I got to get a drink of coffee on that one. Oh, I don't want no garage full of products. I don't want to have to go out and buy a printer. I don't want any of that. I can't do all of that. Let me read y'all what this guy, one more time, let me read y'all what this guy did. Where sellers create designs for products like t-shirts or mugs. They list their designs. They didn't have to go out and buy $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 worth of print equipment. They didn't have to worry about logistics and shipping and handling. Didn't have to do any of that. But see, this is the stuff we create in the back of our mind to discombobulate us and keep us broke, right? You don't hear this guy saying he had to do any of that. All he had to do was come up with some creative designs. That's it. That's it. Where sellers create designs for products like t-shirts and mugs. They list their designs on marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon. And when a customer places an order, a manufacturer prints the design onto the product and ships it out. I know. Sound pretty easy to me. I don't look like I gotta have a master's degree in marketing. I don't need to have a master's degree in engineering. It didn't seem like I needed to have $10,000 to get started. Didn't seem like I got to pay some guy on YouTube $1,500 to show me how to do it. Didn't seem that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but let's keep reading. For his product, Rivera chose neutral colored organic candles. Come on, man. This is just ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. For his product, Rivera chose neutral colored organic candles with witty labels. He says he creates his own designs on Canva. Hold up. I got Canva. I got Canva on my phone on one of my apps. All right, let's keep going. Right now, I don't see no cost in nothing right now. Let's see, maybe at some point, well, I'm sure we're gonna run into some costs, but right now, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing but, okay. He creates his designs on Canva, lists them on Etsy, and uses a service called Printify. See, I ain't got no skin in the game for these, but I'm giving you who you need to go to. No skin in the game, it's for free. For free. He creates his designs on Canva, which is free as well. Now you can pay for the pro version of Canva, but there's a version I use that's free. When I every now and then I try to do my own little thumbnails or try to do a little something, I'll use Canva. I use the free version, but there's a pro version, but it ain't that expensive. So I'm sure he uses the pro version. He lists them on Etsy and uses a service called Printify to connect with manufacturers. His Etsy shop brought in approximately $462,000 in sales last year. And this guy wasn't even a full year. Remember, last year he got started in February. So in 10 months, this guy brought in $462,000. 10 months. This is insanity. His Etsy shop brought in approximately $462,000 in sales last year, according to documents reviewed by CNBC. Enough for him to quit his tutoring job, I would think so, in December 2023. Rivera says he preferred not to name his shop to prevent potential copycats. I ain't mad at you, partner. I ain't mad at you, partner. I ain't mad at you. Protect that intellectual property. Protect that IP. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I'm gonna go find this guy and give him a smiley face. I promise you, I'm gonna get this guy a smiley face. About 30% to 50% of each sale is profit. So somebody do the math on that for me. Let's say top line sales is 462 and the take home is 30% of 462. What's that? Who wouldn't want to make that at the bottom line for 20 minutes a day, hour a day, 2 hours a day? Let's say I had to do 3 hours a day because I'm brand new and I don't know nothing about what I'm doing. It'd take me 3 hours a day to set this thing up and get good at it. If I can work 3 hours a day and make what? $120,000 a year? Net? Net. I'm talking about net. That's in my pocket. Okay, let me get this right. I can give you 3 hours a day. Let's just say I got to do it 7 days a week. Let's say I got to do 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. I give you 21 hours of my couch potato time. I give you 21 hours of my couch potato time. I give you 21 hours of my surfing Instagram and TikTok time, being nothing but a consumer, not a producer. So I give you 21 hours of my couch potato time. I give you 21 hours of my TikTok surfing time. I give you 21 hours of my just whatever I want to do time. That's not productive, ain't earning no money. And I turn that into $120,000 a year. Guys, let me tell you, I take that all day. Now, on the top end, he said 50K. I'm at 50%. So now I can give you 21 hours. I'm just saying 21. The guy says he's spending 20 minutes a day. But I'm saying I'm giving you 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. No days off. And I'm making over $200,000 a year. Net, putting in the pocket after expenses. I don't know. I ain't got no equipment. I ain't got no shipping and handling. I don't know, guys. Y'all tell me. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something here. Y'all might want to help me out. Maybe I'm missing something. About 30% to 50% of each sale is profit, Rivera estimates. His expenses included Etsy fees, nearly $55,000. Makes sense. Etsy got to get paid. They want to wet their beak. Etsy wants to wet its beak. They want to wet their beak. They want to wet their beak. Amazon gonna wet their beak. eBay got to wet their beak. Poshmark got to wet their beak. I'm okay with Etsy wetting his beak. I'm okay with that. I got a platform that allows me to do everything. I don't need no search engine optimization. Etsy is the search engine. Etsy gonna get 10, 15 million people popping in every day. Right? Right? Here goes some joke in the chat right here to my eBay trash. See what I'm trying to tell you? He ain't heard nothing I said. Boy, boy, there's a reason why so many of these people in this country broke. Everything I done said about this young gentleman, the only thing he want to come out on is eBay. We ain't even talking about eBay. We talk about Etsy. See what I'm saying? That's why you got so many people in this country dead broke. Because that mentality. We talking about Etsy and building a business that don't require a lot. All you want to think about is, oh, I don't like eBay. You think eBay care if you like them, man? You do know eBay makes billions and billions and billions of dollars a year without you. Do you really think they care you don't like them? They don't care. Who cares? No one cares that you don't like eBay, especially eBay. Tens of millions of people go to eBay every single day. You think they're going to miss you? They're not. Grow up. Grow up. We got to grow up. My goodness, what is wrong with people? Oh, I don't like eBay. Just out of the blue. We ain't even talking about eBay. Boy, I tell you, boy, we are a trip in this country. We are a trip. I'm trying to tell you how to go make some money. You talk about eBay. Like eBay really care about you. They don't. Okay. About 30 to 50% of each sale is profit, Rivera estimates. His expenses include Etsy fees, nearly $55,000 last year, and money he spends on marketing and printify services. Often, he works only 20 minutes per day, he says. Some days he works extra up to 2 hours, researching trends and designing new candle labels. With the rest of his time, he's pursuing a music career. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Don't I always tell you guys that? See, when you can create wealth, when you can create multiple streams of income that don't require you to give them 40, 50, 60 hours a week, now you get to go out and chase the things you really want to chase and ain't got to worry about how you're going to pay for it. See, now this young fella gets to go chase his music career and ain't got to worry about how you're going to pay for anything. He got an Etsy store that's doing top line sales of $460,000 a year. Bottom line take home is somewhere between $120 to $200 a year. He gets to go out now and follow his music career without having to worry about compromising anything, because why? He got an income stream over here that's healthy. That's healthy. He has a platform like Etsy that's a giant. People come there. He ain't got people gonna come there. All he gotta do is trend at one of the top sellers and they gonna pick him. He just gotta have a fair price, they gonna pick him. If you like little fancy stuff on your candles, that's your guy. I keep telling y'all, I keep telling you. I'm making more than I ever have, doing less than I ever have. See, it's all about doing less, but making more. This young man is 26 years old. He's making more, but working less. And what did he do? He relied on Etsy. He didn't have to go create his own website. Oh, golly, you got to create your own website. I don't know anything about creating websites. I don't want to have to do that. What, you got to drive traffic to your web? All these excuses. You don't need no damn website. Go to Etsy. Etsy the website. And if you start doing good enough, guess what? When people look for candles on Etsy, guess who's going to come up? You. Y'all better, somebody better listen in here today. Here, Rivera discusses the side hustle advice he thinks actually works, the biggest downside to his print-on-demand gig, and why. Despite his distaste for them, he chose to sell candles. Despite his distaste for them. Don't even like candles. Oh, I gotta love the product if I'm gonna put it on my Etsy store. I can't put that on my Etsy store if I don't. How many times have I told y'all, go to Etsy, search for the top selling items on Etsy? Didn't I tell y'all that? See, but we got to have somebody hold our hand. Oh, this is how you sign into Etsy. This is how you search on Etsy. And okay, that's the product. This is how you got to go get it. We want everybody to do everything for us and we just sit back and collect the money. No, I told you guys this many times. Go to Etsy, search for the top selling products on Etsy. Go buy them. Start you an Etsy store. Maybe you fold into that. They're the top selling items on Etsy. I tell you, man, y'all just, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain this. So this guy's going to tell you some of the pitfalls. Rivera, absolutely. The beauty of the print-on-demand model, it's so low risk. It's 0.20 cents to list something on Etsy. 20 cents. A whopping 20 cents to list something on Etsy. A whopping 20 cents. Come on, man. This is just, listen, man, y'all know something? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not joking on this. I'm going to go start me an Etsy store. I promise you I am. I'm going to start me an Etsy store and I'm going to do exactly what this dude doing. Now, I might not do candles, but I'm going to do something else. I'm going to start me a print-on-demand store on Etsy just to prove a point. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm going to start me one. I'm going to start me one. I'm going to go right back and read this again, and I'm going to do everything this dude said to do. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do candles too. I'm going to do the same thing he did. I'm going to go to Printify. I'm going to hook up with everybody he hooked up with. I promise you. And I'm going to start making me some unusual. I'm going to put, guess what I'm going to put on my candles? Think and Grow Rich. Keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. All financial inspirational sayings. That's what's going to go on my candles. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them in the website. That's right. I told y'all think I'm joking. I'm going to get this little money. I'm going to get this free money. This free money right here. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't even really know about all of this. This free money, man. This is just free money. This free money. The beauty of the print-on-demand model is it's low risk. It's 20 cents to list something on Etsy. I borrow someone else's Canva account. This guy didn't even use his own Canva account, man. He borrowed a friend's Canva account. This is ridiculous. But the pro version costs about $120. I told y'all, they got a free version on Canva, then they got a pro version. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that $120 into me a pro Canva version so I can use Canva to make my labels. I told y'all what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna make labels about all these little inspirational sayings, or I hear stuff from Coach Prime, I hear stuff from somebody else that I like. Shoot, put it right on a label, stick it on a candle, stick it on a t-shirt, sell it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I guarantee you I'm gonna do that. This is easy money right here. Easy money. I don't think I'm special. I just work hard. There's value in time and value in flexibility. Smart kid, man. I would take a pay cut if it still allowed me to do what I'm doing outside of my Etsy shop. So the Etsy shop creates the revenue. Hopefully he's taking that revenue, putting it in other things that will grow wealth for him and continue to concentrate on his music because that's what he's passionate about. That's where his purpose is. He only gets to do that because he did what? He built this Etsy store that generates income like a mofo. Generates income like a mofo. Now he gets to go do whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it. Come on, guys. I keep telling you, this is the life waiting on you if you just get out of your own way. This is the life is waiting on you if you just get out of your own way. There are so many people I know who are interested in this, but just can't start. You heard what I'm just telling you? There are so many people I know who are interested in this, but just can't start. I always say, if you have a 9 to 5, you're putting in work and you're already are consistent because you go to work every day. Take that same mentality and put it in your own thing. See, you'll go to work for somebody else and bust your tail 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You'll do that for somebody else to build somebody else's wealth, but you won't transition 2 or 3 of your free hours, your couch potato time. You're surfing goofy videos on Facebook and goofy videos on TikTok and goofy videos on what do they call it? Instagram. No, you could take that time and turn it into an income stream, but we want to be entertained. We want to be entertained too much in this country. You just have to channel that consistency towards something else. I agree with you 100%, young fella. You're already working and giving somebody 10, 15 hours a day. All you got to do is take some of your couch potato time, your pleasuring time, your leisure time, and just devote that to this. Give it 2 or 3 hours a day and build this thing like a mofo, right? That's all you got to do. But we won't do it. We won't do it. I'm not super passionate about selling candles. I'm actually allergic to them. He's allergic to candles, guys. But guess what? Good news for him. He ain't got to store no candles nowhere. He never have to see the candle. Somebody else shipping the candles, guys. Somebody else got the candles, not him. He just putting the design on them and selling the design on the candle. And the person who owns the candle, they ship them out. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. But at the time, candles were a newer category in print on demand. After scouring YouTube and Printify's product catalog, I liked the idea of coming up with a witty phrase to put on a product, and I noticed a lot of people were already selling apparel and mugs. Find you something that everybody ain't selling and put your label on it. I'm just gonna do what this dude doing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna do candles. Candles or some other obscure product people use in their house that nobody is thinking about. Maybe the little squirt bottles. You know how you can go and buy the little soap dispensers that you keep in your bathroom, you keep in the kitchen, you keep in various places to wash your hands. Maybe I use those. Maybe I start putting me some labels on those and selling them out of the Etsy store. I don't know. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna do something. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something. Okay, a lot of people buy candles on Etsy, and people who have funny candle shops typically went viral within a year. So what is the biggest downside to your side hustle? The biggest downside of this side hustle is copycats. People who use the exact same phrases or very similar designs. I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, I'm gonna copycat me some phrases. I can promise you that. I'm gonna copycat me some phrases. I'm gonna copycat something. I ain't trying to be a think tank over here. I'm just gonna, whatever wheel out there rolling and working, I'm gonna use that wheel. I'm gonna use that wheel. I ain't trying to recreate no new wheel. They see best-selling candles, replicate them, and then skip to the top of the search. I have to file copycat infringements, and it's a mess. Etsy is very secret about its algorithm for search results. You can revise things like the images on your listing or use different words on your product descriptions. I don't find a huge amount of success changing those things. So I would rather focus on pushing out new candles. Can you share a piece of side hustle advice that you think is overrated? A lot of people recommend sales analytic tools that show you demand versus competition for your product versus similar products. I'm not fully convinced they help. Instead, I tell people it's important to not be married to your creativity. If there's a design in your shop you really like, but it's not really getting the results you want, cut it out. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. take it behind the barn, shoot it, put something else in there. Well, there you go, guys. That's it, man. We're going to round this thing up. I thought I wanted to give y'all just that little bit of tidbit. You know, here's a guy, 26 years old, started this thing 1 year ago. 26 years old, started it 1 year ago. And that's a CNBC article, so you guys certainly can go out on a $1 trillion research lab and get that article. The guy's name is, what's the guy's name again? What's the guy's name again? I just want to give y'all his name again so y'all can go research him. I'm not going to be putting nothing down in no comment. I'm not putting nothing on no link in my video. I'm not doing any of that. Francisco Rivera. Francisco Rivera. And it's a CNBC Make It. CNBC Makes It. Whatever that is. So go out there and find it. It's on the World Wide Web out there in the $1 trillion research lab. You can go find that article, read it, and then go ahead and copy what my man doing, or at least set you something up. He told you he used Canva, the pro version. He told you he used Printify for the labels, I'm assuming. And then they hook him up with candle companies or whatever company you decide to go. Maybe you want to do t-shirts. Maybe you want to do hats. Maybe you want to do mugs. Maybe you want to do candles. Maybe you want to do, like I said, I'm going to do the soap dispensers. That's going to be my thing. I'm going to try those. I'm going to try the soap dispensers because I have not seen any that got fancy labels or anything on them. And it doesn't matter what I try. I'm just going to put my own unique label to it. And then I'm going to funnel it through my network of social media channels. So I ain't going to worry about nobody copycatting me. You go ahead and copycat. It's free world. None of these phrases I'm coming up with are going to be created by me. All of them somebody else created. I just use them. Right? I just use them. So all I'm telling you guys is get out here and get this money, man. Get out here and start earning. I've already covered JP Morgan Chase and what they think about what's coming. Whether it's coming or not, prepare. That's the whole point of the whole conversation with JP Morgan Chase. Whether it's coming or not, prepare. I've told you about Nvidia. Why I think Nvidia is a home run. Doesn't mean it's a home run for you. I'm not trying to tell you to go buy it. I'm just telling you I believe it's a home run. And I've told you why. So you know I'm all in. Period. And then I gave you the gentleman, the 26-year-old kid, online tutoring, part-time, been in this thing for 1 year, Canva account, Printify, Etsy store, and then get creative. Get yourself out on YouTube. Get yourself out to the $1 trillion research lab. My only advice to you, don't take shortcuts. Don't pay nobody to teach you nothing. Because as soon as you start searching for it, you're going to have all these gurus. Oh, we're going to do it all for you. Oh, we'll teach you everything you need to know. Scam. You didn't hear this guy say anything about that. He gave you what you need. Etsy, Canva, Printify. What else you need? Go get you some work in. That's all you got to do. Go get you some work in. Go get you some work in. If you want those 7 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7, you got to click on that description box down below. Click on that Mumu link. Open up your Mumu account today. All this money you're going to make from your Etsy store, guess what you need to do with it? Take a portion of it, stick it in that Mumu account, and then multiply it. Diversify it. Put it in some paper assets. All this money you're going to make from, oh, I don't have any money to invest. Create your Etsy store. You're going to have plenty of money to invest. Just gave you the blueprint. Francisco just gave you the blueprint. I didn't give it to you. I just read what Francisco said. He gave you a lot of blueprint. I just follow his steps. And then when you do start making your money, guess what? Put it in that Mumu. Go ahead and diversify it into the Magnificent 7. Diversify it into some ETFs. Build that wealth, man. So get down to the description box. Click on that Mumu link. Get your 7 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7. When you put $100 in the account, guys, just 100. And then you're going to keep putting money in there every single month for the next 10 years. Every single month. You're going to be in the market 365 days a year by putting that money in every single month. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $100, $50, $5,000. I don't care what it is. Don't make any excuses. With fractional share trading on the Mumu app, guess what? Boom. You can buy fractional shares of the Magnificent 7. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But you got to get started today. You can't delay. You got to get started today. So get down to the description box, click on that Mumu link, and get started now. Go down to the description box, click on that Instagram link. Follow your boy on Instagram, right? Follow me on Instagram, and then send me a DM and just say, hey man, I'm rocking with you. Appreciate the content, rocking with you. That's all I need you to say. Or ask me another question about financials. Anything about your financial situation, you can ask me. I answer all of my DMs on Instagram unless they're knuckleheads. Those are the only ones I don't answer. I don't answer knuckleheads. But anybody that's legit on there, that's at me a legit question, I'm going to answer it. Or I'm going to provide you a video that will answer it for you. So that's my guarantee to you. If you DM me and you're following me, I'm going to answer your question, guys. That's a promise. Knuckleheads, I will not answer. Will be blocked. Just a FYI. Website coming out on Monday. Website is coming out on Monday, April 15th. The launch of the Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website. Almost done with it. We're going to tweak the last little tweaks tomorrow. I got a call with my daughter tomorrow. We're going to tweak the last few things tomorrow. I'm going to add a few more digital products tonight. And we're going to launch that thing on Monday. Use it as a resource. I'm going to figure out a way to incorporate some side hustles in there. I'm going to incorporate, it won't be an ebook, but it'll be sort of like a walk you through. This is how you set up an Etsy store. This is how you do this. This is like 3 or 4 side hustles that I like. I'm going to throw those on there at some point in the future. They won't be on there on Monday, but they will be coming. And then obviously we're going to have the membership component of the website where only a few of you guys who are serious about really changing something will be a part of that membership group. It's going to be selective and exclusive, but you're going to get 2 hours a week with me, just us. I don't care if we got 50 people in it. Y'all going to get me for 2 hours. It ain't going to be on YouTube. Ain't nobody going to have access to it. Nobody else going to get access to me like my members in the membership group. They're going to have full access to me. Full access to me, right? So that's going to be a part of the website as well. I don't know if I'll have that ready to go on Monday, but maybe the following week. But you'll see the banner that says membership, more to come. That thing is going to be legit because we're going to have live streams just for those members. We're going to be breaking down cash flow analysis for real estate. We're going to be breaking down, deep dives. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, I can still give you my opinion on the video. I can still give you my opinion on Microsoft. I can still give you my opinion on whatever I want to give it to you on. As long as I disclose to you I'm not a financial guy, then you're good to go. So we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff on there is what I'm saying. I'm going to be bringing on guests, CPAs, Coach Prime, just other influential people that I rock with that I believe can add value to your financial life. This ain't no gossip hour where we're going to be talking about, who you dating, all this old crap. None of that going to be in there. It's all, hey man, you started from the bottom, how you got to the top. Walk me through it. Walk my folk through how you started in the dirt and got yourself to the penthouse. Walk me through that. That's the kind of guests we're going to have on there, right? So if you're rocking with that, lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. I appreciate y'all for stopping by today, guys. We well over time. I done blew my time. We well over. And I got stuff to do. So appreciate you rocking with me. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. Guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all trusting a couple of hours with you of your time with me. I also appreciate you just believing in what I'm trying to get accomplished here and being a part of it and rocking with me. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is why I get to live my dream. This is why I get to chase and live in my purpose and in my passion right now is because of you guys. It's the only way I get to do that. Just some guy with a bunch of money and got nothing else to do with his time. What good is that? What good is that? What good is that? I love what I do because I get to pour myself and my knowledge into you guys. And y'all get to pour into me. Whether you believe it or not, you pour into me. Especially you guys who reach out to me and email me and people who hit me on Instagram and DM me and say, Richard, you pour into my soul. You pour into my soul. So thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you rocking with me. Thoughts become things. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.